A security administrator is reissuing a former employee's laptop. Which of the following is the best combination of data handling activities for the administrator to perform? Choose 2. A. Data retention. B. Certification. C. Destruction. D. Classification. E. Sanitization. F. Enumeration. A systems administrator uses a key to encrypt a message being sent to a peer in a different branch office. The peer then uses the same key to decrypt the message. Which of the following describes this example? A. Symmetric. B. Asymmetric. C. Hashing. D. Salting. Which of the following teams combines both offensive and defensive testing techniques to protect an organization's critical systems? A. Red. B. Blue. C. Purple. D. Yellow. An organization is struggling with scaling issues on its VPN concentrator and internet circuit due to remote work. The organization is looking for a software solution that will allow it to reduce traffic on the VPN and internet circuit, while still providing encrypted tunnel access to the data center and monitoring of remote employee internet traffic. Which of the following will help achieve these objectives? A. Deploying a SASE solution to remote employees. B. Building a load-balanced VPN solution with redundant internet. C. Purchasing a low-cost SD-WAN solution for VPN traffic. D. Using a cloud provider to create additional VPN concentrators. A technician is deploying a new security camera. Which of the following should the technician do? A. Configure the correct VLAN. B. Perform a vulnerability scan. C. Disable unnecessary ports. D. Conduct a site survey. An organization disabled unneeded services and placed a firewall in front of a business-critical legacy system. Which of the following best describes the actions taken by the organization? A. Exception. B. Segmentation. C. Risk transfer. D. Compensating controls. Which of the following is used to quantitatively measure the criticality of a vulnerability? A. CVE. B. CVSS. C. CIA. D. CERT. A company is redesigning its infrastructure and wants to reduce the number of physical servers in use. Which of the following architectures is best suited for this goal? A. Serverless. B. Segmentation. C. Virtualization. D. Microservices. A visitor plugs a laptop into a network jack in the lobby and is able to connect to the company's network. Which of the following should be configured on the existing network infrastructure to best prevent this activity? A. Port security. B. Web application firewall. C. Transport layer security. D. Virtual private network. Which of the following would be the best way to handle a critical business application that is running on a legacy server? A. Segmentation. B. Isolation. C. Hardening. D. Decommissioning. A systems administrator wants to prevent users from being able to access data based on their responsibilities. The administrator also wants to apply the required access structure via a simplified format. Which of the following should the administrator apply to the Site Recovery Resource Group? A. RBAC, B. ACL, C. SAML, D. GPO. A company's end users are reporting that they are unable to reach external websites. After reviewing the performance data for the DNS servers, the analyst discovers that the CPU, disk, and memory usage are minimal, but the network interface is flooded with inbound traffic. Network logs show only a small number of DNS queries sent to this server. Which of the following best describes what the security analyst is seeing? A. Concurrent session usage. B. Secure DNS cryptographic downgrade. C. On-path resource consumption. D. Reflected denial of service. Which of the following threat actors is the most likely to be hired by a foreign government to attack critical systems located in other countries? A. Hacktivist. B. Whistleblower. C. Organized crime. D. Unskilled attacker. Which of the following best practices gives administrators a set period to perform changes to an operational system to ensure availability and minimize business impacts? A. Impact analysis. B. Scheduled downtime. C. Backout plan. D. Change management boards. Which of the following would help ensure a security analyst is able to accurately measure the overall risk to an organization when a new vulnerability is disclosed? A. A full inventory of all hardware and software. B. Documentation of system classifications. C. A list of system owners and their departments. D. Third-party risk assessment documentation. A company is discarding a classified storage array and hires an outside vendor to complete the disposal. Which of the following should the company request from the vendor? A. Certification. B. Inventory list. C. Classification. D. Proof of ownership. An employee receives a text message that appears to have been sent by the payroll department and is asking for credential verification. Which of the following social engineering techniques are being attempted? Choose 2. A. Typo squatting. B. Phishing. C. Impersonation. D. Phishing. E. Smishing. F. Misinformation. An organization would like to store customer data on a separate part of the network that is not accessible to users on the main corporate network. Which of the following should the administrator use to accomplish this goal? A. Segmentation. B. Isolation. C. Patching. D. Encryption. A company is adding a clause to its AUP that states employees are not allowed to modify the operating system on mobile devices. Which of the following vulnerabilities is the organization addressing? A. Cross-site scripting. B. Buffer overflow. C. Jailbreaking. D. Sideloading. A Chief Information Security Officer, CISO, wants to explicitly raise awareness about the increase of ransomware as a service in a report to the management team. Which of the following best describes the threat actor in the CISO's report? A. Insider threat. B. Hacktivist. C. Nation-state. D. Organized crime. A company is working with a vendor to perform a penetration test. Which of the following includes an estimate about the number of hours required to complete the engagement? A. SO. B. BPA. C. SLA. D. NDA. Which of the following is the most likely outcome if a large bank fails an internal PCI DSS compliance assessment? A. Fines. B. Audit findings. C. Sanctions. D. Reputation damage. After reviewing the following vulnerability scanning report, a security analyst performs the following test. Which of the following would the security analyst conclude for this reported vulnerability? A. It is a false positive. B. A rescan is required. C. It is considered noise. D. Compensating controls exist. Which of the following involves an attempt to take advantage of database misconfigurations? A. Buffer overflow. B. SQL injection. C. VM escape. D. Memory injection. A technician is opening ports on a firewall for a new system being deployed and supported by a SaaS provider. Which of the following is a risk in the new system? A. Default credentials. B. Non-segmented network. C. Supply chain vendor. D. Vulnerable software. Which of the following is the phase in the incident response process when a security analyst reviews roles and responsibilities? A. Preparation. B. Recovery. C. Lessons learned. D. Analysis. A security analyst reviews domain activity logs and notices the following. Which of the following is the best explanation for what the security analyst has discovered? A. The user JSmith's account has been locked out. B. A keylogger is installed on JSmith's workstation. C. An attacker is attempting to brute force JSmith's account. D. Ransomware has been deployed in the domain. Which of the following has been implemented when a host-based firewall on a legacy Linux system allows connections from only specific internal IP addresses? A. Compensating control. B. Network segmentation. C. Transfer of risk. D. SNMP traps. A security analyst and the management team are reviewing the organizational performance of a recent phishing campaign. The user click-through rate exceeded the acceptable risk threshold, and the management team wants to reduce the impact when a user clicks on a link in a phishing message. Which of the following should the analyst do? A. Place posters around the office to raise awareness of common phishing activities. B. Implement email security filters to prevent phishing emails from being delivered. C. Update the EDR policies to block automatic execution of downloaded programs. D. Create additional training for users to recognize the signs of phishing attempts. Employees in the Research and Development Business Unit receive extensive training to ensure they understand how to best protect company data. Which of the following is the type of data these employees are most likely to use in day-to-day work activities? A. Encrypted. B. Intellectual property. C. Critical. D. Data in transit. A systems administrator would like to deploy a change to a production system. Which of the following must the administrator submit to demonstrate that the system can be restored to a working state in the event of a performance issue? A. Backout plan. B. Impact analysis. C. Test procedure. D. Approval procedure. An enterprise is trying to limit outbound DNS traffic originating from its internal network. Outbound DNS requests will only be allowed from one device with the IP address 10.50.10.25. Which of the following firewall ACLs will accomplish this goal? A. Access list outbound permit 0.0.0.0 slash 00.0.0.0.0 slash 0 port 53. Access list outbound deny 10.50.10.25 slash 32.0.0.0.0 slash 0 port 53. B. Access list outbound permit 0.0.0.0 slash 010.50.10.25 slash 32 port 53. Access list outbound deny 0.0.0.0 slash 00.0.0.0.0 slash 0 port 53. C. Access list outbound permit 0.0.0.0 slash 00.0.0.0 slash 0 port 53. Access list outbound deny 0.0.0.0 slash 010.50.10.25 slash 32 port 53D. Access list outbound permit 10.50.0.0.0.0.0 slash 0.0.0.0.0.0.0. An administrator notices that several users are logging in from suspicious IP addresses. After speaking with the users, the administrator determines that the employees were not logging in from those IP addresses and resets the affected users' passwords. Which of the following should the administrator implement to prevent this type of attack from succeeding in the future? A. Multi-factor authentication. B. Permissions assignment. C. Access management. D. Password complexity. Which of the following scenarios describes a possible business email compromise attack? A. An employee receives a gift card request in an email that has an executive's name in the display field of the email. B. Employees who open an email attachment receive messages demanding payment in order to access files. C. A service desk employee receives an email from the HR director asking for login credentials to a cloud administrator account. D. An employee receives an email with a link to a phishing site that is designed to look like the company's email portal. Which of the following is used to add extra complexity before using a one-way data transformation algorithm? A. Key stretching. B. Data masking. C. Steganography. D. Salting. A systems administrator receives the following alert from a file integrity monitoring tool. The hash of the cmd.x file has changed. The systems administrator checks the OS logs and notices that no patches were applied in the last 2 months. Which of the following most likely occurred? A. The end user changed the file permissions. B. A cryptographic collision was detected. C. A snapshot of the file system was taken. D. A rootkit was deployed. A security administrator needs a method to secure data in an environment that includes some form of checks, so track any changes. Which of the following should the administrator set up to achieve this goal? A. SPF. B. GPO. C. NAC. D. FIM. A security team is reviewing the findings in a report that was delivered after a third party performed a penetration test. One of the findings indicated that a web application form field is vulnerable to cross-site scripting. Which of the following application security techniques should the security analyst recommend the developer implement to prevent this vulnerability? A. Secure cookies. B. Version control. C. Input validation. D. Code signing. A cyber operations team informs a security analyst about a new tactic malicious actors are using to compromise networks. SIEM alerts have not yet been configured. Which of the following best describes what the security analyst should do to identify this behavior? A. Digital forensics. B. E-discovery. C. Incident response. D. Threat hunting. A security analyst is reviewing alerts in the SIEM related to potential malicious network traffic coming from an employee's corporate laptop. The security analyst has determined that additional data about the executable running on the machine is necessary to continue the investigation. Which of the following logs should the analyst use as a data source? A. Application. B. IPS/IDS. C. Network. D. Endpoint. A company needs to provide administrative access to internal resources while minimizing the traffic allowed through the security boundary. Which of the following methods is most secure? A. Implementing a bastion host. B. Deploying a perimeter network. C. Installing a WAF. D. Utilizing single sign-on. During a security incident, the security operations team identified sustained network traffic from a malicious IP address, 10.1.4.9. A security analyst is creating an inbound firewall rule to block the IP address from accessing the organization's network. Which of the following fulfills this request? A. Access list inbound deny ipsource 0.0.0.0/0 destination 10.1.4.9/32. B. Access list inbound deny ipsource 10.1.4.9/32 destination 0.0.0.0.0/0. C. Access list inbound permit ipsource 10.1.4.9/32 destination 0.0.0.0.0/0D. Access list inbound permit ipsource 0.0.0.0/0 destination 10.1.4.9/32. A company's web filter is configured to scan the URL for strings and deny access when matches are found. Which of the following search strings should an analyst employ to prohibit access to non-encrypted websites? A. Encryption equals off. B. http:// C. www.com. D. 443. An engineer needs to find a solution that creates an added layer of security by preventing unauthorized access to internal company resources. Which of the following would be the best solution? A. RDP server. B. Jump server. C. Proxy server. D. Hypervisor. An analyst is evaluating the implementation of zero-trust principles within the data plane. Which of the following would be most relevant for the analyst to evaluate? A. Secured zones. B. Subject role. C. Adaptive identity. D. Threat scope reduction. Which of the following is required for an organization to properly manage its restore process in the event of system failure? A. IRP. B. DRP. C. RPO. D. SDLC. A newly identified network access vulnerability has been found in the OS of legacy IoT devices. Which of the following would best mitigate this vulnerability quickly? A. Insurance. B. Patching. C. Segmentation. D. Replacement. Which of the following factors are the most important to address when formulating a training curriculum plan for a security awareness program? Choose 2. A. Channels by which the organization communicates with customers. B. The reporting mechanisms for ethics violations. C. Threat vectors based on the industry in which the organization operates. D. Secure software development training for all personnel. E. Cadence and duration of training events. F. Retraining requirements for individuals who fail phishing simulations. A newly appointed board member with cybersecurity knowledge wants the board of directors to receive a quarterly report detailing the number of incidents that impacted the organization. The systems administrator is creating a way to present the data to the board of directors. Which of the following should the systems administrator use? A. Packet captures. B. Vulnerability scans. C. Metadata. D. Dashboard. A security administrator would like to protect data on employees' laptops. Which of the following encryption techniques should the security administrator use? A. Partition. B. Asymmetric. C. Full disk. D. Database. A technician needs to apply a high-priority patch to a production system. Which of the following steps should be taken first? A. Air-gap the system. B. Move the system to a different network segment. C. Create a change control request. D. Apply the patch to the system. An organization's internet-facing website was compromised when an attacker exploited a buffer overflow. Which of the following should the organization deploy to best protect against similar attacks in the future? A. NGFW. B. WAF. C. TLS. D. SD1. Which of the following should a security administrator adhere to when setting up a new set of firewall rules? A. Disaster recovery plan. B. Incident response procedure. C. Business continuity plan. D. Change management procedure. A security engineer is implementing FDE for all laptops in an organization. Which of the following are the most important for the engineer to consider as part of the planning process? Choose 2. A. Key escrow. B. TPM presence. C. Digital signatures. D. Data tokenization. E. Public key management. F. Certificate authority linking. Which of the following describes the reason root cause analysis should be conducted as part of incident response? A. To gather IOCs for the investigation. B. To discover which systems have been affected. C. To eradicate any trace of malware on the network. D. To prevent future incidents of the same nature. A security analyst is reviewing the following logs. Which of the following attacks is most likely occurring? A. Password spraying. B. Account forgery. C. Pass the hash. D. Brute force. Which of the following security control types does an acceptable use policy best represent? A. Detective. B. Compensating. C. Corrective. D. Preventive. An organization is building a new backup data center with cost-benefit as the primary requirement and RTO and RPO values around 2 days. Which of the following types of sites is the best for this scenario? A. Real-time recovery. B. Hot. C. Cold. D. Warm. A company's legal department drafted sensitive documents in a SaaS application and wants to ensure the documents cannot be accessed by individuals in high-risk countries. Which of the following is the most effective way to limit this access? A. Data masking. B. Encryption. C. Geolocation policy. D. Data sovereignty regulation. An employee clicked a link in an email from a payment website that asked the employee to update contact information. The employee entered the login information but received a page not found error message. Which of the following types of social engineering attacks occurred? A. Brand impersonation. B. Pretexting. C. Typosquatting. D. Phishing. Which of the following threat actors is the most likely to use large financial resources to attack critical systems located in other countries? A. Insider. B. Unskilled attacker. C. Nation-state. D. Hacktivist. A company is expanding its threat surface program and allowing individuals to security test the company's internet-facing application. The company will compensate researchers based on the vulnerabilities discovered. Which of the following best describes the program the company is setting up? A. Open source intelligence. B. Bug bounty. C. Red team. D. Penetration testing. Which of the following provides the details about the terms of a test with a third-party penetration tester? A. Rules of engagement. B. Supply chain analysis. C. Right to audit clause. D. Due diligence. A company prevented direct access from the database administrator's workstations to the network segment that contains database servers. Which of the following should a database administrator use to access the database servers? A. Jump server. B. Radius. C. HSM. D. Load balancer. Which of the following is the most common data loss path for an air-gapped network? A. Bastion host. B. Unsecured Bluetooth. C. Unpatched OS. D. Removable devices. A company's marketing department collects, modifies, and stores sensitive customer data. The infrastructure team is responsible for securing the data while in transit and at rest. Which of the following data roles describes the customer? A. Processor. B. Custodian. C. Subject. D. Owner. Which of the following incident response activities ensures evidence is properly handled? A. E-discovery. B. Chain of custody. C. Legal hold. D. Preservation. A penetration tester begins an engagement by performing port and service scans against the client environment according to the rules of engagement. Which of the following reconnaissance types is the tester performing? A. Active. B. Passive. C. Defensive. D. Offensive. An enterprise has been experiencing attacks focused on exploiting vulnerabilities in older browser versions with well-known exploits. Which of the following security solutions should be configured to best provide the ability to monitor and block these known signature-based attacks? A. ACL. B. DLP. C. IDS. D. IPS. Security controls in a data center are being reviewed to ensure data is properly protected and that human life considerations are included. Which of the following best describes how the controls should be set up? A. Remote access points should fail closed. B. Logging controls should fail open. C. Safety controls should fail open. D. Logical security controls should fail closed. Which of the following allows for the attribution of messages to individuals? A. Adaptive identity. B. Non-repudiation. C. Authentication. D. Access logs. A systems administrator is creating a script that would save time and prevent human error when performing account creation for a large number of end users. Which of the following would be a good use case for this task? A. Off-the-shelf software. B. Orchestration. C. Baseline. D. Policy enforcement. Which of the following must be considered when designing a high-availability network? Choose 2. A. Ease of recovery. B. Ability to patch. C. Physical isolation. D. Responsiveness. E. Attack surface. F. Extensible authentication. Several employees received a fraudulent text message from someone claiming to be the Chief Executive Officer, CEO. The message stated, "I'm in an airport right now with no access to email. I need you to buy gift cards for employee recognition awards. Please send the gift cards to following email address." Which of the following are the best responses to this situation? Choose 2. A. Cancel current employee recognition gift cards. B. Add a smishing exercise to the annual company training. C. Issue a general email warning to the company. D. Have the CEO change phone numbers. E. Conduct a forensic investigation on the CEO's phone. F. Implement mobile device management. A company has begun labeling all laptops with asset inventory stickers and associating them with employee IDs. Which of the following security benefits do these actions provide? Choose 2. A. If a security incident occurs on the device, the correct employee can be notified. B. The security team will be able to send user awareness training to the appropriate device. C. Users can be mapped to their devices when configuring software MFA tokens. D. User-based firewall policies can be correctly targeted to the appropriate laptops. E. When conducting penetration testing, the security team will be able to target the desired laptops. F. Company data can be accounted for when the employee leaves the organization. A company decided to reduce the cost of its annual cyber insurance policy by removing the coverage for ransomware attacks. Which of the following analysis elements did the company most likely use in making this decision? A. MTTR. B. RTO. C. ARO. D. MTBF. A data administrator is configuring authentication for a SaaS application and would like to reduce the number of credentials employees need to maintain. The company prefers to use domain credentials to access new SaaS applications. Which of the following methods would allow this functionality? A. SSO. B. LEAP. C. MFA. D. PEEP. A systems administrator works for a local hospital and needs to ensure patient data is protected and secure. Which of the following data classifications should be used to secure patient data? A. Private. B. Critical. C. Sensitive. D. Public. A security operations center determines that the malicious activity detected on a server is normal. Which of the following activities describes the act of ignoring detected activity in the future? A. Tuning. B. Aggregating. C. Quarantining. D. Archiving. Which of the following roles, according to the shared responsibility model, is responsible for securing the company's database in an IaaS model for a cloud environment? A. Client. B. Third-party vendor. C. Cloud provider. D. DBA. A client asked a security company to provide a document outlining the project, the cost, and the completion time frame. Which of the following documents should the company provide to the client? A. MSA. B. SLA. C. BPA. D. SOBU. Which of the following enables the use of an input field to run commands that can view or manipulate data? A. Cross-site scripting. B. Sideloading. C. Buffer overflow. D. SQL injection. Which of the following is the most likely to be used to document risks, responsible parties, and thresholds? A. Risk tolerance. B. Risk transfer. C. Risk register. D. Risk analysis. An IT manager informs the entire help desk staff that only the IT manager and the help desk lead will have access to the administrator console of the help desk software. Which of the following security techniques is the IT manager setting up? A. Hardening. B. Employee monitoring. C. Configuration enforcement. D. Least privilege. A company purchased cyber insurance to address items listed on the risk register. Which of the following strategies does this represent? A. Accept. B. Transfer. C. Mitigate. D. Avoid. A technician wants to improve the situational and environmental awareness of existing users as they transition from remote to in-office work. Which of the following is the best option? A. Send out periodic security reminders. B. Update the content of new hire documentation. C. Modify the content of recurring training. D. Implement a phishing campaign. Which of the following vulnerabilities is associated with installing software outside of a manufacturer's approved software repository? A. Jailbreaking. B. Memory injection. C. Resource reuse. D. Sideloading. A company is required to use certified hardware when building networks. Which of the following best addresses the risks associated with procuring counterfeit hardware? A. A thorough analysis of the supply chain. B. A legally enforceable corporate acquisition policy. C. A right to audit clause in vendor contracts and SOs. D. An in-depth penetration test of all suppliers and vendors.